Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 44 of What If Kurama Gave Naruto a Dojutsu. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also go ahead and check out What If Tsunade Was Naruto's Mother. I did a new episode of that. And when these are over, switch over to Anime King 2, because tonight I'm going to be giving you guys Uchiha Naruto, the Sage, and also What If Naruto had the Sharingan and Byakugan mix. So stay in tune for all of the lovely what is coming your way, and if this is the first time you're hearing about Anime King 2, I'll be leaving a link at the top of the description for you guys to click on and switch over there and enjoy. And if you do enjoy the 100 plus what ifs over there, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join the Anime King family and be a part of the channel. And thank you all for your support and help. And also comment down below and tell me if you're new. So, without further ado, let's get straight into this. So the last time we left off, Tsunade explained the HPT, as she told everyone that she's leaving for 2 years, as she and Jiraiya are going to a place that need help of medical support, and the money will be beneficial to Konoha, and the HPT is to decide who will be the Hokage while she's gone. So that is why she's doing the HPT. So the last part we left off, they start the first part of the HPT, and that was the written part, as they got questions on all sorts of situations. If you're a Hokage, you should know what to do in these situations. After the test was over, the envoy that was in the room destroyed the rooftop, as everyone must escape out of it. A Hokage must know what to do in surprising events, but everyone managed to get away. And some of the Jonins gave up, as they didn't want any more part of this, as this was too serious for their benefit. They then went to the Forest of Death. Naruto, along with his team of Shizune and Kurenai, arrived, as the envoy then told them about the rules in the forest, the scrolls that they must gather, and they will be fighting off to protect them against all of the envoys of Konoha. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can switch across the playlist and check it out for yourself. So let's start this new episode. At this moment, Naruto, Shizune and Kurenai were standing at the gate. It all reminded him of the Chunin exams, as he and every other Jonins surround the forest by the gate. "Are you ready, Shizune?" Kurenai, Naruto asked. As the both of them nodded, soon the gate swung open and all of the Jonins rushed towards it, as they quickly scattered around the forest to find different scrolls. Naruto, Shizune and Kurenai ran through the trees as their eyes looked around. They had 3 days to do this, so there was no rushing at the moment. Naruto then stopped as the two girls stopped. "Okay, I am going to narrow down the search," said Naruto, as he then closed his eyes. They then snapped back open with the Byakugan as Naruto searched around the forest. He found and saw a few, but the others were well hidden from his Byakugan. Naruto then changed his eyes back to normal as he turned to his two ladies. "Alright, there are a few scrolls, so let's get to them before anyone does," as the two girls nodded, as all of them rushed off deeper into the forest. Back at the Namikaze compound, everyone was sitting there watching Naruto and his team, as the Kyuubi used a Yang release to create a crystal ball, the same one that Sarutobi had, as she allowed them all to watch it, while she went in the mindscape to be with Naruto. "Do you think he will be alright?" Fu asked. "He will be fine, I am sure. After all, he's our favorite blonde," Haku said, as everyone was watching intently, until Teiwaya spoke. "How do all of you know this guy anyway?" As she was curious, everyone turned to her and smiled, as Haku was the first to speak. "He saved me from throwing my life away and taught me to live for myself," said Haku with a small smile on her face. "I wanted to start a family with him, and he's the first human that I came to love. I would trade nothing for Naruto," said Kasumi as she giggled. "He gave me a home when I was traveling. He's also very cute and amazing," Fu said with a small smile. "He trusted me and loved me. He didn't hate me despite all the pain I caused him, said the Kyuubi, as she had left a clone behind, and I am simply his mother, who learns about her son, and I was pissed off at that damn council, Kushina said as she giggled to herself, as everyone backed away a little. I don't know much, but he's a good man, and I am his soon-to-be fiancé, Yujito said, as her opinion and attitude towards Naruto has changed a lot, as she now sees him in a new light than when she first came. This guy? What is so amazing about him? You're all here cheering him. He's strong, said Fu. He values all of us as equals, said Kasumi. And he keeps his promise to us and would rather die than to see any of us get hurt. Teiwai just looked at all of them, as she didn't understand it one bit, as Kimimaro saw the look on her face. All her life she has been with bastards like Orochimaru, so it must have been hard for she to see how the girls saw Naruto in that way and she couldn't. Teiwaya, I might have just met Naruto also, but I know that I can trust him. You're just going to have to see it for yourself, said Kimimaro. Teiwaya mentally cursed as she left the room. You think she's okay? Fu asked, as everyone just shrugged. Don't worry about her, she's just curious why Naruto has a good art like that to help me and her. Because we don't even know her and we were the enemy, said Kimimaro. Back with Naruto and his group. Naruto and his group found the earth scroll that was planted into the ground. As Naruto reached down, he then stopped. It's not that easy, isn't it? As the girls turned around and narrowed their eyes. We know you're there, so come out, said Naruto, as 3 Anvus came out of the bushes with their animal masks on. Naruto then activated Sharingan, as Kurenai and Shizune saw his eyes and they know their attack pattern as they went into formation. Well kid, it looks like you're the first one to get taken out of this exam, the Anvu in the middle said as he charged forward. There he goes again. Ditching the plan, said a male Anvu beside him, as a female Anvu looked over. Yeah, but we might as well join in, as they rushed forward. Naruto then turned to Shizune, as she ran through hand sign and took a breath in. Ninja art, poison mist, Shizune yelled, as the area was engulfed by purple smoke. The Anvu quickly backed away from the mist, as they saw everyone disappear, as they all saw Naruto coming out of the air with a brutal kick. 2 of them jumped back, while the other one jumped a distance away, as Shizune and Kurenai went after him, while Naruto kept his focus on the other 2. Now, said Naruto as he rushed through hand signs. Ice release, Demon Ice Mirror, Naruto yelled, as Ice Mirror formed around the 2 Anvu. Naruto then summoned 2 clones at his side, as the both of them stepped inside of the Ice Mirror. Tell me, can you keep up with this speed? Naruto asked, as the 2 clones blurred out of sight through the mirrors. The 2 Anvu tried to dodge, but the 2 Naruto was fast as they managed to get a series of hits on the Anvu. This kid is good, as the female Anvu then ran through hand signs. Earth style, Dragon Quake, she said, as the earth started to shake violently. See Brack, this is a cage level jutsu for you, the Anvu said, as Naruto watched his ice mirror shattered and his clone as well, as Kurenai and Anko couldn't keep on their feet, but they were managing, barely. Don't worry, let me show you a thing, Naruto said as he summoned 3 clones at his side. Fire style, Great Fireball, as he released a fireball. The clone beside him ran through hand sign. Wind style, Wind Gust, as the wind enhanced the fire making it larger. As the next clone ran through hand sign. Lightning release, Swallow, he said, as the next clone did the same. As he ran through hand sign, Ice release, Ice Wave, as the Anvu's eyes went wide, as the explosion was massive, ringing through the forest. The dust kicked up all around them as everyone covered their eyes. Naruto, isn't that a little overboard? Shizune asked as Naruto shook his head. No, they survived it. Now then, I think it's time that we disappeared, Naruto said. It took a while, but the three envoys came back in the clearing, only to see that their target was gone. Well, looks like they got away. I really hate that breath, one of them said, as then they heard a voice. Alright guys, here's the scroll, let's go, said Naruto. As the envoys smirked to themselves, they think it's that easy to get away? Let's go, as the three envoys rushed after Naruto and his team. A minute later, the real Naruto emerged from the ground with his two teammates as well, as Kurama was surprised that his plan actually worked, as his shadow clone using transformation jutsu got them. So what now, said Shizune. We have a earth scroll, we have to get a lightning and also a wind scroll, and we have to keep in mind that there are fakes in the forest, and also we have to face off against Anbu as well, asked Shizune. Well, we will simply have to search. I couldn't tell what kind of scrolls I found, so we will have to search them all, Naruto said, as the both of them nodded. Soon, small tremors and plenty of explosion came from different places all around the forest. I guess everyone else is fighting also, said Naruto. Man, the Chunin exams has nothing on this, Naruto said, making the girls nod, as he then noticed the sun going down. Alright, we have to get moving. Nighttime is when all the creatures in this place come out, and trust me, you don't want to be here when they do. Now, let's get out of here. The three of them shot forward to a small cave that Naruto knew about. They reached a place by nightfall and slowly secluded themselves inside, as the place was raining, so they decided to start early tomorrow morning. We might need a new plan, even if you did well against Anbu. I think we need something else, said Shizune. Kurama sighed as she brushed a hand through her hair. I agree. I was able to trap that third Anbu in a genjutsu, but he was about to break it until you did that jutsu collaboration. As Naruto nodded, he pulled out a scroll as he unsealed two water cans. Water ladies, he asked, as the both of them took the water and drank it. They were able to make it through the night as they each took guards watching the cave as they sleep an hour by a time. The next morning they left the cave. Alright, it is day 2, so we better hurry up. By the end of today, we should have the other two, said Naruto, as he ran off to the location of the other scrolls. When they arrived to the first scroll, it was a water scroll, so there was no use for it. Damn it, we don't need this one, said Naruto, as Shizune and Kurama grunted. Let's go, as he went off to another direction. Let's keep it, said Kurama, as she wanted to keep the water scroll. Fine, said Naruto as he threw it towards her, as there was a huge explosion and the giant tree that towered over them was coming down. Naruto threw a kunai forward as he grabbed the both of them and hurried out of there. It seems that they're getting sneaky. Some stay in while the others fight. How nice, Kurama said, making Shizune and Naruto agree with her. They didn't see any sign of anyone around him, so they simply continue on. Naruto then came up to a scroll, as he noticed it was a wind scroll as he took it. As he did, two envoys landed a distance away from them, as they pulled their sword. So, another one today, said Naruto, as he cracked his knuckles. Kurama, Shizune, I think it's time that we start to get serious, Naruto said, as he activated Sharingan and it started to change into the Mangekyou. Another Sharingan user, said the Anvu. Well, we will deal with you the same way we deal with Kakashi Hatake. As Naruto then focused his eyes on the Anvu armor as black flames came out of nowhere. What the hell is this? The Anvu then screamed. The Anvu quickly tossed the armor, making Naruto smile. Damn you brat, for that you're going to pay, the Anvu said as he charged at Naruto. Naruto shifted his Sharingan back to normal as he grabbed his swords, as he clashed with the Anvu, while Kurama and Shizune stepped back as they run through hand signs. Genjutsu, illusion, fall of this spear, the both of them said, as the ground started to split in half. The Anvu gritted their teeth as they backed away from the pit, but Naruto wasn't going to allow them to escape. I am not done yet, said Naruto as he kicked one of them into the air. He then made 3 clones as they rushed into the air as well, as both clones grabbed onto the Anbu hand, as another clone grabbed Naruto and spun him around and threw him towards the Anbu, as Naruto came in with his fire sword, as he intended to slash down, but the Anbu substituted with a log, as he appeared beside his partner. Naruto then came crashing out of the air as he slammed down into the ground, with Tsunade Hinaan's strength breaking the ground. He then pushed off with an incredible speed as he appeared in front of both Anbus. The both of them brought down their sword as they stopped Naruto as he had his wind and his fire sword as he was pushing them back, but they were coming down hard. Brat, you have to be prepared for any situation if you want to become Hokage, said one of them. I know, said Naruto with a smirk, as the 2 clones that were up in the air fell back down to the ground gracefully. Shadow Possession Jutsu. Shadow Possession Jutsu complete, the clone said, as the Anbu found themselves couldn't move. Now, to make you stay here, Naruto said, as sand then started to swirl up around him, as it then encased the Anbu from their neck down, trapping them. As Naruto walked up and placed his hand on the sand, well, that should keep you for a while, as the Anbus tried to dig themselves out, but their hands were encased in the sand so they couldn't go through any ant signs or anything like that. Well, just to be sure, said Naruto, as he knocked both Anbus in the back of their neck, knocking them out. Naruto and his group was near to the tower, but they still need another scroll. Man, this is troublesome, said a voice walking up to the clearing, as it was Kakashi, Asuma, and Guy. How many scrolls do we have to find? Asuma asked. We have 2 of our 3 scrolls and an extra 1. We just need a water scroll, am I right, Guy? Kakashi asked. That's right, said Guy. And then we can enter the building. As I think this is a building, said Guy, as they then spotted Shizune, Kurenai, and Naruto. Hey guys, it looks like you will want a water scroll, won't you? Naruto asked, as Kurenai pulled out the water scroll with a smile on her face. Well, it looks like they have what we need. Should we fight them for it? Guy asked, as Kakashi closed his eye. Naruto, as your former sensei, wouldn't you just be a good boy and hand the scroll over? Kakashi asked, as a grin came on Naruto's face. Sorry, sensei, but I aim to win this thing, and even if that means knocking you out, then that's what I'll do, said Naruto as Kakashi's sweat dropped. Well then, we also have an extra scroll. I can't do anything with this lightning scroll, Kakashi said, as Naruto narrowed his eyes, as it was exactly what they were looking for. And Naruto group has a water scroll, which they cannot do anything with. So, Kakashi sensei, you have a scroll that I want, and I have a scroll that you want. So trade, Naruto said, as he held up the scroll, as Kakashi gave him an eye smile. Alright Naruto, I can agree to that. So can Guy and Asuma, Kakashi said, as he and Naruto exchanged scrolls, as Naruto grinned as he walked back to Shizune and Kurenai. Alright, we have what we came for, so let's go inside, said Naruto, as Shizune and Kurenai chuckled as they all head inside. I think things are going to be even more a pain with him that he's around, but I'll take anything than doing Tsunade's paperwork, said Asuma as Kakashi chuckled. Well, with this HPT, you might die, so stay on your toes, said Kakashi as the 3 of them chuckled and went inside. As they entered, the entire room was engulfed with darkness as a light then came on to a staircase. More stairs, said Naruto, as they all started to walk until they saw Anbu on the 2nd floor. You guys made it in 2 days. You have 1 day to relax and do what you want, because when it is over, the 2nd phase of the HPT will be beginning, said the Anbu. As Naruto sighed, so how many events are there to this thing? As the Anbu chuckled, about 4, and don't worry because the 4th will be the most entertaining for all of you, as the other Anbus escorted them into some rooms that were made for everyone. as there was a room separating Naruto's room from Kurenai. As she came into his room, "What are you reading, Naruto?" she asked, as Naruto was reading Raimen's journal. As he showed her the book, "Maybe you should go and talk to UJ about these things, because you know a lot about swords," said Kurenai. As Naruto nodded, as out of nowhere, Kurenai kissed him on the cheek. "What was that for?" Naruto asked, as Kurenai shrugged her shoulders. "Just a thanks for teaching me and Anko." "So thank you, Naruto," she said, as she smiled and went back to her room. As Naruto held on to his cheek. "Well, you sure know how to make a girl jealous," said the Kyuubi. As Naruto chuckled as he leaned back in his chair. "Come on, Kyuubi, you know I love you also. After all, who wouldn't love a woman with red hair and slitted eyes and that body of yours? God damn." As Naruto said that, the Kyuubi blushed. Back at Namikaze compound. "Well, now that everything is over, I can finally do this," Fu said, as she summoned a blood clone, as her fingertips started to turn white. As everyone was wondering what was going on, as Fu then placed her fingertips on the clone's stomach, as everyone in the house was watching, as Nebi and Yujito was wondering as well, as they know that that seal, she contained a tail beast. As a bright light appeared, as everyone covered their eyes. When the light died down, Fu had a big smile on her face. "Yes, I did it," Fu said, as everyone turned to see a woman in a dark green kimono, about the Kyuubi's size. She had light green hair flowing past her shoulders. She had green slitted eyes while she was wearing black sandals on her feet. "That's the Nanabi," said the Nibi. "She's out. And I bet the Kyuubi is as well. Kitten, I want out as well," the Nibi yelled. "So, that is what you look like," Fu said, as the Nanabi brushed her hair. "Ah, it feels good to be out of that cage, even though I still have this seal on my arm." "Thank you, Fu. It was unexpected." "No problem," said Fu, as the Nanabi looked around the room. "Now where is Naruto so I can thank him?" As everyone's sweat dropped, as the Nibi was cursing inside. "Kitten, I demand that you ask your fiancé how he taught the girl how to release the Nanabi, because I want out as well." Yujito just sighed. "Maybe later," she said. As Fu then tell the Nanabi what happened and where Naruto is. Back with Naruto. Naruto was sleeping soundly, as he then felt something pushing him on his arm. As he slowly opened his eyes to see Yujeo, as she was standing above him, as her hair was coming down on his face, and he can smell a wonderful shampoo. "Yujeo," said Naruto, as Yujeo gestured for Naruto to stand up. Naruto then got to his feet, and immediately Yujeo took his arm and took him from the room. It was so fast, as Naruto only took one sword. It was his fire sword, and that was his favorite anyways. "Come on, Naruto, it's time for the hidden exam," Yujeo said, as Naruto raised the eyebrow. "Exam for what?" "The fourth portion isn't after the day after tomorrow," Naruto said, as Yujeo turned and ran up the stairs. Naruto saw a few teams coming through the door, two of which were Shikaku and Anko's team, but he didn't get time to say anything as Yujeo dragged him up the stairs, as he almost tripped a dozen times, but he kept his balance as he got there and saw Kakashi and Genma. "So, Kakashi, what are you doing here?" Naruto asked, as Kakashi rubbed his head. "Well, the Anvu woke me up and told me to follow them. Same with Genma. We're supposed to be waiting for something," Kakashi answered, as Naruto nodded and sat down. As Yujeo then waved goodbye to him, before he could say anything, she sunshine away. Well, as Naruto turned around to see Anko and Shikaku. "It seems like Naruto beat us here," said Anko, as she sat next to Naruto, as Shikaku sat next to Genma, as they all waited for someone to appear. Soon the door opened as an envoy came to the door. "Obviously, you four are wondering, why have we brought you here?" the envoy asked, making everyone just nod. As the envoy continued, "Don't worry, as you aren't being disqualified or anything like that. This is just for a later competition that will take place after the third event. Now, given why you're here, this is a privilege for the team that made it into the 1 to 2 days. Just think of this as a bonus round. The task for this is quite simple. All you have to do is test how powerful you are with a certain element. If your element is wind, then you will be dealt a wind jutsu and you must return it at twice the power. If you don't, then you lose a bonus round. Simple as that. Do you understand? The Anvu asks, as they all stared at him blankly. Well, you will figure it out when you go inside, he said, as they saw a sign on the door for lightning. Everyone raised an eyebrow as Kakashi was the one who stood to his feet. Well then, I guess I'll see what it's all about, Kakashi said as he entered the room. As everyone was quiet for a few moments, as they didn't hear anything. They didn't hear a loud noise. As then they saw lightning cackle behind the door for a few minutes, and then there was a big explosion. After a minute or two, Kakashi exited the room with most of his clothes fried, and his hair was stiff. Well, it's not as hard as you think. Any jutsu they use on you, you have to return it back with twice the power or you fail. Mine is finished, so I'm going to take a shower and go back to bed, Kakashi said, as he walked away, as everyone wondered where that calm attitude came from. As the door then closed again, and the kanji for fire came up. Naruto turned to Anko as she insists that he go first, as Naruto stood up as he walked in. As Genma looked at Anko, "You think he'll be alright?" he asked, as the door was closed behind him. "He better be alright or I'm going to hurt those Anvu," Anko said. Meanwhile, he walked inside and saw Anvu on the far corner away from him. "Are you ready, Jonin?" the Anvu asked. Naruto gulped as he gripped his sword and nodded. The Anvu went through his hand signs as he quickly finished. Fire release. "Imperial sacrifice," the Anvu said, as he released a massive fire stream towards Naruto as he kept up with the stream, as Naruto slammed his sword into it, as Naruto's hands were getting burned. "What is this? Why aren't you sending back it 2 times stronger?" Naruto said to the sword, as he pushed back, as he then heard something spoke. "Let it go. Let the fire respond to your heart. Let your will of fire burn." As Naruto wondered who said that, as he then felt something take over. It was like pure fire. Something was just clinging inside of him and the sword, as his sword then flared up, as the fire was no longer the Anvu's, as the sword was controlling it, as Naruto sent it back twice the power, energy. The fire was much larger, as the Anvu quickly jumped out of the way, as the fire burned everything in sight that was towards the Anvu, as the Anvu was on the ground speechless, as Naruto just chuckled. As Naruto then left the room. "Naruto, are you alright?" Anko asked, as she saw the burns on his hand. "Fine, just a little burned out," Naruto said, as he wished them luck, as he headed back down to his room. He opened the door to see Shizune and Kurenai on the couch, waiting for him. "Naruto, you alright?" Shizune asked, as Naruto simply waved his hand. That was a little burn, saying that he's alright. As Shizune walked over to him. "Come here," she said, as she placed him down on the bed, as she started to heal his hands. "What happened? Where did you go?" Kurenai asked. Naruto then told him everything that happened, making Shizune and Kurenai worry about him. "What you did was insane, Naruto," Kurenai said. "Sorry about that, guys. I won't let you worry like that again," said Naruto. And under 5 minutes, Naruto's injuries were healed by the Kyuubi and Shizune. "Well, go to sleep. We don't need you to get hurt more than you already did," said Kurenai. "Use the rest of tomorrow to get rest." "Yes, ma'am," said Naruto, as he went under the blanket. As in no time at all, Naruto quickly went back to sleep. But guys, I'm gonna be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification so they posted. Remember to share to all of your friends in social media platform. And also go ahead and check out What If Tsunade Was Naruto's Mother. I did a new episode of that. And also go ahead and check out Anime King 2, because tonight I'm going to be giving you Uchiha Naruto the Sage, and also what if Naruto had the Sharingan and Rinnegan mix. So enjoy all of those lovely what ifs coming your way. And remember, if you're new, to click that red subscribe button and join the Anime King family. And also comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So without further ado, I'm off for now. Peace.